Catherine II's rise to power was one of the most dramatic and decisive moments in Russian history. Her path to the throne began with a conspiracy and ended with a coup d'état that changed the course of Russian history. Catherine arrived in Russia in 1744 as Princess Sophia Frederica Augusta, Princess of Anhalt-Zerbst. After converting to Orthodoxy, she was given the name Catherine Ekaterina Alexeyevna and married Peter Fedorovich, the future Peter III. The marriage was unhappy from the beginning, and Peter was not respected either by the court or by his wife. The turning point was Peter III's accession to the throne in January 1762. The new emperor quickly made enemies with his foreign policy, particularly his peace with Sweden and unjustified concessions to Prussia. Peter's domestic policies, including his attempts to modernize the army and change church government, also displeased influential groups. In the summer of 1762, after only 6 months in power, a conspiracy was organized against Peter led by his own wife, Catherine, supported by the Orlov brothers and other high-ranking figures. The conspirators acted quickly and decisively. On July 9, 1762, Catherine was proclaimed Empress and Peter III was arrested and removed from power. Just a few days later, he was assassinated in mysterious circumstances, probably with the participation of the conspirators. Catherine the Great officially ascended the throne, beginning a 34-year reign that was marked by significant political and cultural changes in the country. Her rise to power not only underscored her political cunning and ability to use palace intrigue to her advantage, but also ushered in a new era in Russian history, a period of great prosperity and modernization. Politics and reforms of Catherine the Great. In 1767, Catherine convened the Great Constituent Assembly, a gathering of representatives of all estates, the purpose of which was to create a new code of laws, nakaz. Although the draft of the nakaz was never fully realized due to its radicalism and resistance from conservative forces, it contained progressive ideas about human rights and the duties of the state, indicating the influence of enlightened ideas of the time. Catherine sought to modernize Russia's economy by bringing in foreign specialists and spreading new agrarian technologies. She also encouraged the development of industry and trade and improved the management of state finances. Steps were taken to develop mining and metallurgy, which contributed to the economic boom. In the field of education, Catherine II made a significant contribution by founding the Smolny Institute for Girls of Noble Birth in 1786, which became the first female educational institution in Russia. She also made efforts to establish new schools and support the sciences and arts. Catherine was active in expanding Russia's borders. As a result of the Russo-Turkish Wars, Russia greatly expanded its borders in the south, annexing Crimea, parts of the northern Black Sea coast, and annexing new territories in the Caucasus. These successes strengthened Russia's international position as one of the leading European powers. Catherine also showed herself to be a patron of the arts. She amassed vast collections of art, which served as the basis for the Hermitage, one of the world's greatest museums. Personal life and secret passions. The personal life of Catherine II was full of colorful events and passionate romances, which had a notable impact on her reign and even on the politics of the Russian Empire. The emotional sphere of her life was rich and multifaceted, which was reflected in many of her initiatives and decisions. Catherine the Great is known for her numerous love affairs with men who were often chosen by her not only on the principle of personal sympathy, but also on their ability to be useful in politics. Among her most famous favorites were Gregory Orlov, who helped her seize power, and Gregory Potemkin, one of the most influential men in her entourage who played a key role in expanding the empire's borders and administering new territories. Catherine's favorites not only shared her bed, but were often given considerable political and economic power. Gregory Potemkin, for example, not only participated in military campaigns, but was also actively involved in the development of southern Russia, including the founding of new cities and fortresses. His influence in certain periods was so great that he was considered the de facto co-ruler of the state. Catherine's love affairs were often intertwined with state affairs. Breaks with favorites could be accompanied by political changes and new romances, new appointments to high positions. For example, after the end of her relationship with Orlov, his influence at court was noticeably reduced, which changed the balance of power among those close to the throne. The personality of Catherine the Great remains one of the most vivid and controversial in Russian history. Her reign was a time of significant territorial gains, profound internal reforms, and rapid cultural development. Her legacy continues to inspire and excite, confirming that great power and deep human emotion can coexist, mutually enriching and complicating the image of a great ruler.
Thank you for being with us. Subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories from the past.